significance of the church as an institution be further improved in today's ever-changing world?
Church is in existence for the last 2000 years. Okay, the trends in the society might change, and the church cannot change according to the trends that happens in the society. But although there are no changes in the society, but the pastors that we appoint and the clergymen that we choose, they are updating themselves into the modern trend that is here in Bangalore. Say for example, if the computer savvy is there in the secular world, we also have people who can really meet up to their level. In other words, the technology that is grown in the secular world has also hit us, and we have also come up to that level. And if you are not going to reach up to that level, we are doomed. So the church is really facing those challenges and trying to make these ends meet. And secondly, because of the multinational companies coming into the city of Bangalore, I strongly feel the God consciousness is slowly eroding. India as a country which is known for traditions, whether Hindu, Muslim or a Christian, God consciousness is always there. But because of the MNCs, God consciousness is slowly eroding, and money consciousness has come in to take that important place. The church, as a church, would like to attract the young people in order to give them the God consciousness, because ultimately it is God who's helping you to move up in the ladder of your success. So that is how the church looks at this, and church is really moving forward in order to meet up with these youngsters who have been driven to the world to a greater extent.
Bishop, I'd like to ask you, how does the Church of South India, the CSI, as an overall umbrella congregation, bring people together in the service of God as well as for the poor and needy sections of society?
The very fact that we have old age homes, the very fact we have Makalashra Kendra, or women work, or transgender work, you name it and we are in that field. And the consciousness or the awareness comes from the preaching of the pastors, and the involvement of the congregation is there in the community life. So when we say church is not away from the community. It is part and parcel of the community as such. And it is not only meant only for Christians, as I mentioned to you earlier. So it is for everyone. So we as change makers, the consciousness of the congregation permeates into the life of the community. So they come once in a week, okay, but they go back to the world for say 6 days a week. So they need to have that sort of an influence in the world that they are living in. And for which, like for example, you charge your battery. So once a week you come to the church, you charge your battery so that you go back to the world and you give them what is required to the world. And that is how we expect the congregations to really stand as a real witness for this God.
Bishop, you've been handed over this responsibility of leading the KCD at a relatively young age. What is your strategy and long-term vision for the coming years?
I basically believe that I have about 35 years of service in this diocese. And I am humbled by the way God has chosen me. And I also feel that it is God who has called me and given me this responsibility. And when God intervenes in man's life, no man can stop that intervention. And we are in the season of Easter. Okay, when Jesus was put into the grave, God the Father intervened to the grave and Jesus was made alive. So no man made the seal of the Roman emperor or the temple gods. Nothing could stop the resurrection of Jesus Christ. If God has called me, and I strongly feel which is the fact, and I'm sure that this diocese would be able to grow from strength to strength. Because I have a vision for this diocese, because I have been born, I've been brought up, I've been ordained, now I've been consecrated as a bishop here. So I need to give what I can give to this church, my own church. So that is the vision with which I've just started off. And maybe in 6 years' time, when I lay down my office, or 8 years' time when I lay down my office, when I look back, I'm going to see God's powerful hand leading me in building new avenues, in giving the new impetus to the church, to the ministry of the church, so that tomorrow's younger generation should be able to say, yes, This has been the contribution by our elders, and we are enjoying, just like when the Britishers were here, they gave us so much of wealth in and around the city of Bangalore. So when we leave, we also must be able to leave that sort of a legacy to our children, not in terms of land or money, in terms of your culture, in terms of your Christian values, in terms of loving your neighbor. And that should be the basic aim with which you need to move on, rather than showing so much of bank balance or having so much of property. That's not going to help us anyone.